Okay guys, I'm getting ready to make Instapot spaghetti. I'm using the 8-quart. This is the big boy of Instapots. If y'all got something smaller, just do half of what everything I do. Just do half. For that'd be like, the mini, which is a 3-quart, and then the next one down I think is a 6-quart, and this is the 8-quart, and I do it a little full, so you can just do a half of what I'm going to do. I've got some of this hamburger meat on sale at our local grocery store. It comes out to about a little over 4 pounds. I'm using only 1 can of mushroom pasta sauce, just 1 jar. It's 24 ounces. All right, and then I'm using 2 petite diced tomatoes, just a regular size can. I think it's like 14 and a half ounces. Okay, I'm using 2 of those, and then 2 of the stewed tomatoes. I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard to read. Anyway, that's 4 cans, and then I'm using 2 little cans. They're 6 ounces of tomato paste. And then I'm using 1 whole 32 ounce, actually I won't use all of it. I'll probably, probably a little more than half of it anyway, more than 16 ounces anyway. And then 1 whole pound of spaghetti, 1 whole, whatever you call, this is what they sell at Walmart, it's called, what size is it? Oh, there it is. It's 8 ounce of already pre-sliced mushrooms, 1 yellow onion, 2 green bell peppers, and then what we're using for seasoning is I'm using parsley, basil, oregano, crushed oregano, and Italian seasoning. That's all I'm using to do this whole dinner here. It's going to be, I'm going to put it on 12 minutes for pressure high, 12 minutes. I'll walk you through that. This is just a quick rundown of everything I got. So if you got a little Instapot, you probably want to do just 2 tomatoes, still do your whole jar, or maybe, I would probably, maybe not, maybe use, just use 1 can. Go to the 14, same size can as that, and just use the 1 can of Hunt's or anything like that. And then just 1 can of tomato paste, half of the chicken broth. This is 1 pound of spaghetti, a whole box I'll put in here. So you'll want to do a half a box. And probably, I would just go ahead and do a whole onion and 1 pepper. And probably, just half everything. That's all you got to do for the little one. So let's get ready. Let's get this together. I really love it. Everybody that's ate it really likes it. So I'm just going to pass it down to y'all. You can try it. It's super easy. And we're going to get started on it in just a second. All right, guys, let's get started here. First thing you want to do is make your Instapot come on. And what I want to do, I'm going to turn this, you can see it moving. We're going to come all the way around. It's on this side now. We're going to come down to saute. There we go. Now, the next thing we want to do is put a little bit of olive oil in there. Don't have to be a whole bunch. That's enough. Okay. Now, what we want to do is hit the start button. All I done was hit the start button right there. Okay, now we gotta hurry up and put this hamburger meat. I'm gonna set this down just a second, or put you back on here. Okay. There we go. We're gonna dump this hamburger meat in here. Like I said, I'm little over 4 pounds. Like I said, you can just use 2 pounds or something if you're, or just one of them packs. Just depends on how much meat you want to put in your spaghetti. I like a lot, and there's something else that I've done that the boys really like was I use those frozen meatballs. Now that is like super easy. If you put the pack of frozen meatballs and just dump them down in here, you don't do all this saute. You just dump, and that's it. We're gonna let this get up to temperature, or I'm gonna brown it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what the saute button's for. It's building heat in there, and I'm going to brown all the meat, and then we're gonna drain the juice off of it, and then I'll put the onions in there. But I'll do it step by step and show you everything you need to make awesome spaghetti. All right, guys, it's probably been 7 or 8 minutes, something like that. The hamburger meat is brown. It is brown. I'm not using the right thing here, but I'm going to use this little strainer. We're going to drain the grease out of it. I know what everybody's saying, well, why don't you use a colander? Because I don't like cleaning colander. Drain this out. I didn't mention before, but you can use turkey meat, turkey burger. It does real well. I've used it quite a number of times. That out of here. We don't want that old grease. All right, I'm gonna finish draining this hamburger meat and be right back. All right, y'all, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna dump the onions in here. We got all the hamburger meat drained. It's not in here. It's in that container. And we're going to let these onions saute. They've been sliced. We're going to let them sit here and saute. And the water out of the onions will help clean your pan, your Instant Pot dish, or your pan right here. And I just do this for about 2 or 3 minutes, and that's it. 2 or 3 minutes. We'll let these saute. That was one whole yellow onion. Now what I'll do is I'll take my 2 sliced green bell peppers and I'll dump down in here. All right. Let them saute for just a couple minutes. if I hit start. I turned it off when I got the hamburger meat out. So now we got to go. I'm going to do this for probably about 5 minutes now. By the time this thing comes up to temp. But all you're doing on saute is just pretty much cooking and browning. That's what the saute button is for, really. Kind of browning, and you know, you take your onions and your vegetables and it softens them up just a little bit, and it also cleans your pan back out. I just kind of keep them stirred. Seems to work real well. Everybody's got their own way, you know. You don't have to put onions or green peppers in it. But I tell you, it's all of it together is really, really good. I would put this spaghetti recipe up against any restaurants. I'm serious. Probably like mine better. Well, I know I like mine better. But it's just so easy to make. And everybody loves it. Well, we'll let this saute for a little bit longer, and then we'll go to the next step. See y'all in a second. All right, guys. Next thing I've done is let it sit there and saute for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now I'm going to add, I was telling y'all, I've done 4 cans, but I'm only doing 3. And I'm still got it on saute. Here's the can of petite diced tomatoes, not drained. Put them in there. There's the other can. Okay. Oh, that was the stewed tomatoes. And one more. Like I said, this is undrained. Alright. Now, we're going to stir this up a second. Just give it a nice little stir. Alright, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. Now we're going to put the 4 pounds of hamburger meat back down in here. Try to be careful, don't lose it. Worked hard to get this stuff brown. Alright. Okay. Now I'm going to stir it once again. Just kind of mix it up. Get them onions and peppers mixed in there. Like I said, y'all, I make a huge pot. When I do it, it's big. It's not no little one. It's a big one. But it does really well. Does really well. Okay. Alright, now we're going to put the mushrooms. Dump the mushrooms. There we go. I know it looks like it's getting full. I probably need to stir it up just a little bit. All right, we're going live for the rest of this. There's not going to be any more cutting or editing. We're going live for the rest of it. I'm going to show you how much I put in here. Tell you exactly for sure right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave it on saute because I want that temperature to stay in there. That's about exactly a little more. That's 2.5 cups of chicken broth. All right. Now, we're going to put the 2 cans of tomato paste in here. I'm not going to stir this thing up no more. It's where it's at. You just, after I put the vegetables in there and I stirred it, now that I'm doing the tomato paste in this, there'll be no more stirring. Now, before I put this in here, I've been experimenting. I've been doing it a couple different ways. I'm gonna go ahead. Seems like it's turned out a little bit better doing it this way. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put the whole box in here, but not. It's gonna take me a couple times here. But here's the trick. Just don't throw them down in there. You need to stagger them like that, right? I don't know if you can see that. See how I'm doing that? Yeah. Let me finish putting this box in here. Just kind of push them down in there a little bit. One whole pound, man. Whoa, well. One whole pound. In the Instant Pot. All right, now here, where are we? I'm not measuring anything. I'm just, well, dang. All right, here's the crushed oregano. Here's the basil. Here's some parsley. Here's some Italian seasoning. All right. Now, let me grab a little bit of pepper and put in there. I'm not doing any salt, but will do a little bit of pepper. Whoa, horsey. All right, here we go. This is 24 ounces of pasta sauce. That's all you use. And what I do is I kind of just run it around the top of it right there. All right. Now, that, my friends, is how you get started. Make sure there ain't nothing down like there is right here where your Instapot seals. We're going to put this bad boy on here. Make sure the valve is not pressed. And this little guy right here, when it comes to pressure, it pops up. Okay? And this is how you release it. Like that. See how it's cocked over, and that's a quick release. But we don't want a quick release right now. We want it to build pressure. So we're gonna go down here. No matter what Instapot you got, you're gonna have to figure out hold on. We're gonna hit cancel. Now we're gonna go up here to pressure cook. All right. Now here, if you move, hold on. If you click that, you can adjust your minutes. But we don't want that. We want to go 12 minutes. Then we're going to hit that. Pressure is on high. Okay. Delay is off. Delay right there. It's off. Keep warm is on. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit start. And you can see right here, it says on. And here's your little temperature thing. It'll build. Come over here like a big old chart or bar graph. But anyway, we're going to let this thing go. It's going to take probably, I would say, a good 10, 12 minutes to come up to pressure. And when it does, I'll record it. And this little thing right here, this little metal thing will pop up. It'll pop up and off to the races, man. 12 minutes after that thing pops up, 12 minutes. It's, it's ready. So, I mean, it'll shut off and then it'll keep it warm. And I let it usually set, I don't know, another 10 minutes. And then I'll do a quick release. A quick release is when you spin that and you let all the steam and all the pressure off of it. But anyway, that's how it's done, y'all. Let's look and give it some time here, and we'll check out what it looks like when we're done, and you will be amazed. All right, catch y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, that you can see that little valve popped up. Before it was down in there, now, but you can see it's popped up, so the pressures has started. You can see right there. You'll watch it. It's still say it's preheating. It's still on. It's not started cooking yet. okay? It's still heating up. Even though it's just heating up, it'll stay on. It may take 12 or 13 minutes, you know, because once this valve right here pops up, that's when it's starting to build pressure, okay? But it's not at the right pressure yet. Even though it's popped up, if that makes any sense to you, that's popped up. I didn't even realize I had that TV on. Sorry, y'all. Even though that pressure valve popped up and it's building pressure, we still ain't at the right heat yet. This heat, when it gets to the right temperature over here, all of a sudden your display will turn to 12. It'll say 12 minutes because that's what we set the cooking time on. Pressure cook for 12 minutes. And what'll happen is the cooker will beep, and then the timer will start. It'll go from 12 minutes, and then it'll go 11:59, 11:58, all the way down to 0. Okay, once it gets to 0, because it will pressure cook for 12 minutes solid, but once it gets to 0, now it starts counting the other way when it's been keeping warm if you don't do a quick release. And that's where I want it to, I don't do a quick release yet. I'll let it, after it goes 12 minutes, I'll let it set. And some people call it a natural release or whatever, but I just let it set for like 10 or 12 more minutes, and it'll show a L and then however many minutes that it's been set. And then when it gets to 10 or 12, that's when I'll do a quick release up here, and then we'll open it up. I'll show you how it's done. Just let's hang tight here. See y'all in a bit. Okay, guys, right here we go. See, it says cooking now, not preheating, but cooking. And then we're up 12 minutes. And that'll just keep ticking down. We don't want to be over here in the hours. We want to be in the minutes right here. So, it's already started. It's already been going for 1 minute. So, we'll be back in just a little while. All right, guys. There's my 12 minutes. Keep them warm. So we're going to go over here and do a quick release. See how I pulled that back? That's a quick release. The pin is still up. And that's very hot steam. It smells great, but it's very hot steam, y'all. So don't get by it. And when this little guy right here drops down, it'll probably take a few minutes. When it drops down, then we'll be able to release this lid. Now we're down to 13 minutes. Keep warm. And when you're keeping this thing warm, if you lock the lid back down and don't keep it on release, it'll build pressure again. So you really don't want that to build pressure. You just want to keep it warm. But normally what I do is unplug it, man, and pull the pot out of it and cover it on the stove or something, you know. You want to dip out of it for a couple hours. But the next video I'll make, y'all, on this Instapot, because I normally do smoking videos. My next one will be an Instapot chili, which is, oh my, it's just as good as the, if not better, as the Instapot spaghetti. Like I said, I got my same, do my little twist to it. This thing, you can see, it's starting, it's about to be done here. And that little pin, this little guy right here will drop down. And when it drops down, we're gonna open this up and y'all gonna look this spaghetti. Getting close. Boy, it smells good. Really good. You gotta understand how an Instapot works. I mean, people think, oh, I can do spaghetti in 12 minutes and I'm done. No, not really, you can't. Because you gotta prepare, you gotta brown the meat, you know, you gotta cut everything up, you gotta saute it, then you gotta pressure cook it for 12 minutes, and then you got to allow for a release. So, you know, it's just, one of the reasons why I like the Instapot so much is because it's all in one pan. It does it all together. I don't have 30 different skillets and pans and all this other stuff to clean. You know, one for, let's do the spaghetti sauce and all this stuff. It's all done right here in the Instapot. Come on. Getting ready to drop. Here we go. It should be dropping here in just a second. I know this is morning, y'all, but I want y'all to see this so you understand it. Here we go. Okay. There it goes. Now it's safe to open. There you go, guys. We're gonna mix it up. Stir it up just a little bit. Get all those noodles and stuff in there. There we go. Peppers. Like I said, I used, this is an 8-quart. And if you got, get off there. This is an 8-quart. If you got something smaller, a mini or something like that, you can do the same thing. Just half it. But guys, look at that. Look at that. Ooh. That is some good eating. I would take a big bite of it. But I'm gonna let this cool a little bit. Let it sit here. I'm gonna close the lid back down on it, but I'm not gonna seal it. I'm just gonna set it on there and let that be that. I've got the smoker I'm about to crank up here. I got some blade steaks and stuff like that to cook up. So hey, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.